Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's Boys from the Baltic Star. It's Saturday night. There's something's bubbling along in my ear, by the way. I don't know who it is. Can one of you mute and I'll tell you who the problem is?
Mm-hmm.
We're so
Yeah.
professional, so professional, so professional, so professional. Whoever did that, it's Ewan. It's always Ewan. It's Ewan. It's always Ewan. To be fair, he's at his best when he's muted, so that's okay.
What's
but
bubbling?
I don't
You
know.
got echo.
No, it just sounds like you've got a. Oh, that's less than it was on its back. It's like a little electronic uh, grasshopper or something.
Oh,
If no one else can hear it, Spez, can you hear it? If you can't, I can put up with it. Let's all be quiet for a second. Sparrows are ears on the ground. Can you hear this? You can hear it, yeah. It is an electronic grasshopper
that is super weird.
trapped underwater.
I mean, I have got my pet Tamagotchi grasshopper sat here, but I don't think it makes any noise.
It's thinking it. We're hearing the telepathic thoughts of it.
Let me. We're still going.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're always streaming.
No, I mean the noise is the grasshopper still going.
Yes. It's less though. No, it's back. Oh no. Very.
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't do anything when it came back, so I have no idea what it is. Should I just mute unless I'm talking?
No, we don't want to miss you.
You-
Maybe I'll talk extra loud. That's loud again. Oh, what is that? Yeah, same. Maybe those that don't have the earbuds, it's not so much of a thing. It might. That definitely makes a difference. But we don't want you to miss out, Ian. We don't want you to lose that sense of just. Yeah, exactly. It is. It is my hamster spinning around. Right. Well, we'll go. When Ewan forgets to re-mute, we'll be all right. Right. Good evening, Sparrow. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to tonight's Voice in the Baltic Star. For those that have autistic hearing, apologies, but that's okay because we're all in it together and we're a group together. And normally it's my fault that something's a problem, so it's nice for it to not be me tonight for once. It's a joy to be here. We're doing something different for those of you that may have noticed. Normally we're streaming some sort of role playing, or if I'm not here, there's some sort of fighting fantasy. If Ben's not here, there's some sort of love raft kicking off. I do miss the love barge. And if Ben's not here, sorry, if Ewan's not here, Ben and I will be doing some sort of depressing tale of loss and loneliness generally. Just living our usual lives, really.
Yeah.
Yeah, but something we don't normally do when the three of us are here is not role play.
It's true.
It's very true.
So we're breaking not new ground because we've touched on this game before a few months ago, and we wanted to update where we're at and do a bit of work on it this evening with you, dear viewers, hanging out with us, chatting. There'll probably be chances for you to throw an idea in or two. That'd be nice. I think we're open to suggestion, as it were.
Yeah.
But first, for those of you that don't know us, that aren't Sparrow, hello, my name is Luke. I'm in the top right-hand corner. It's November in England. My house is old and cold. So the Dolphins hoodie is back to celebrate our survival last night against the giant squid. So I've kept the fishy theme. A man that's lost the fishy theme is the man below me. My brother from another mother. Man with the itchiest head in town. The Fleethmeister General. Housewife's favourite. There is. That's freaking me out now. I can't do that again. It's Ewan. Good evening, Ewan. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks. I'm very good. It is cold here. It's less cold in my house though, so I invited all the local grasshoppers inside apparently to keep them warm in those cold winter nights that we're starting to experience.
You're a kindly man. You're a man of the people and a man of the animals. You're like Gandhi and Dr. Dolittle. Dr. Gandhi. That's the only nickname.
Yeah, I like it. I'll take it.
You should. A man that doesn't need any nicknames because he only needs the one, and that is the smartest man in any room, is our man down the bottom. There is an option for him to drink because it's his night off tonight, because it is indeed his night off. Usually he's killing us or keeping us alive, forcing us through games, but tonight he gets to chill out and create with us, which is a wonderful thing. His song's broken. Oh, your song's one of the broken ones at the minute, Ben. Heartbreaking.
I can live with that. I'm made of stern stuff. I shall endure.
Good on you. Ben, how are you?
I'm well, thank you. Very well.
I'm glad you look well, especially
Sorry,
with
just following the
drink in your hand.
instructions from chat.
You've got to. Be rude not to, I'd say.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it is your
Yes,
night off.
I'm quite enjoying the fact that even though it is, as you rightly point out, incredibly cold today, I'm indoors.
Things could be a lot worse, let's put it that way.
Yes, they really could. Yep.
Oh,
Yes. Also, the nice thing about laptops is they do keep your knees warm.
oh, that's true. You go old school with the laptop. You go you go on the lap.
Yep.
Laptop.
Just
What
like it's
what
meant
can
to
I
be.
tell you? They call it a laptop, so on the lap it goes.
Traditionalist.
It's literally in the name, and I'm a great believer in following those kind of instructions.
I love that you're a stickler for tradition. It's sort of what served us well in the creation of this game, in fact.
Yes,
Very much so.
yes, it's a good point. So actually, I mean, it's been a while since we started this, but this initially span off from the random drunken session that you two had working out a rule system for. Was it the LOLO game that it sort of span off originally?
Oh, it was Ewan. It was a good
Luke?
night. It was a good night of planning that night, wasn't it? That first, we sat there trying to work out what we wanted to do with our life, and we decided drinking.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
So we went drinking.
Yeah.
And then we discussed some things that we thought might make fun role-playing experiences. And I think we've both been watching LOLO at the time.
Yes. Yeah.
And well, one thing led to another, and within 3 hours, we come up with a lot of ideas.
And we need to probably explain to people who aren't British, or for that matter, people who are British but whose televisions do not get ITV, like mine, what Midsummer Murders is.
Oh, yes.
Where to begin?
Oh, what isn't it?
Well, when you phrase it like that, we could be here all night.
Oh, it was the Queen's favourite TV show, I believe.
Is that true?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Which Queen?
Yeah, the Queen, the Queen, the Queen that we all know, and
The former Queen.
the former Queen,
Yeah.
her former Majesty.
Liz too.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Wow.
I think
we could have got her on.
We
could
could
have been a little bit
have-
quicker.
but I have a.
The
I
viewers
don't
would have
think I knew what her favourite show was since it was Yes Minister all those years ago.
You know, when that came to an end, she was looking for something new.
Yeah.
And John Nettles, fresh from what was he on before? Was he Bergerac? John
Burger
Nettles?
Mac, yes.
Yeah, fresh from Bergerac.
Yeah.
He decided to become a DCI in a sleepy. Where is Midsummer's it's an area. It's an area of villages. It's not a parish. It's bigger than a parish. Midsummer.
Is it a fictional county?
Is it a full county?
It's an entirely. I think it's based on the concept of I'm going to get this wrong, so feel free to flame me afterwards. But I think there's an area of Sussex called Mid Sussex, which is like an administrative district, and it
Mm.
crosses both the borders of West and East Sussex. And I have a vague feeling that taking inspiration from that, Midsummer was supposed to be on the sort of Somerset Wiltshire border.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. I can see it. I can feel it.
So it's
Yep.
it's not technically a county, and it doesn't actually exist, but it's an invented area within spitting distance of the ancient city of Bath, of Stonehenge, and of the Avon, I guess. But it actually turns out it's just 7 small cricket clubs, a weird professional art gallery that could never exist in such a place, and 15,000 corpses.
Sounds perfect.
Yes.
Couldn't be any worse.
Not
Oh,
the safest place to
Suffolk
live.
Council, yes. Oh, it was so the plot of Midsummer that people don't know. Midsummer Murder's been running for
Yeah.
25 years or something, I guess. Had John Nettles first, then he retired, and it's someone worse. He plays Barnaby, Tom Barnaby, who is a detective who comes from the nearby town of what's the town where the police station is? And he comes in. His wife wants a bit of a quieter life. They move to the countryside, and he goes to all these different midsummer riding, midsummer worthy, midsummer lakes. I don't know. That's their new development. And there's a murder.
Causton
Corston, that's it.
is
Corston
the
CID.
place.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he always has a sidekick, a young, plucky sidekick. And they travel around Middle England with all sorts of countryside crimes.
Hmm.
Farmers getting skewered on their own forks, farmer shotguns everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
People being killed at village fetes, strangled by Morris dancers,
Yeah.
angry photographers beating people to death with old, I don't know what's, tripods.
Mhm.
It's wonderful tales. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
It should be noted that whilst you mentioned crimes, it is almost exclusively the one crime. With the occasional branch out and possibly into attempted murder. Most of the plots involve murder.
Yes. In this particular fictional area, there is no robbery, no theft, no fraud, no impersonation, no online identity theft, no credit card misappropriation. None of that happens. There is no crime at all except for murder.
I think there's a bit of
Unless, of
sheep
course,
rustling.
that's potentially the motive for the murder.
Oh well,
Yes.
yes.
Might
I
it
mean,
may
you
occur.
always need a motive. Yeah.
Yeah, Orlando Bloom's character did steal things in the episode he was in.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
He did get killed, so you know
There you go.
what comes
Yeah.
around goes around, I guess.
And John Nettles did become famous in this country. I mean, when I was a lad, for playing Bergerac. So he is not a young man now. And Bergerac was oddly not a completely different kind of thing. He played then a slightly younger and more energetic police officer on the island of Jersey, and it was a very big deal for the Jersey Tourism Board at the time.
Yeah,
It sort
people
of,
went to Jersey because of it.
yeah,
Definitely.
they did. They were excited by the fact that Jersey was just a little bit sunnier and slightly more French than the UK.
Oh, and the monkeys are here. Hey, monkeys. Hey, Andy J.
Hey, I am.
Thank you for joining us. How was your game? Hope it's going well. We're not. We're sort of working on our own personal new game tonight, so we're not streaming. But thank you for popping by. You're welcome to stay, chat, get involved, name some things for us. But we won't feel hard done by if you decide it's not for you this evening. It's a beaut to see you all though. A vast pirate strain. Thank you so much. Hope you had a wonderful evening.
However, if you are a Midsummer Murders fan,
Oh, stick around. Oof. Oof.
Now, you guys were
Nipples
Warhammering
involved.
tonight, weren't you? How was that? There's Warhammer roleplay.
Ooh,
Oh, were they? Ooh,
Did that go well? I've got to
brutal,
catch
I
that
hear.
one. I'm very curious.
quite different to this evening. Oh yes. While we wait for answers, I suppose I'll keep pushing us on to actually do something tonight because we just got lost in the nettles, quite literally.
We did. Yeah, quite literally.
Oh,
But-
that's a good.
Yeah.
Use that somewhere in the rules.
When I write his biography, that's what I'll call his book. Lost in the Nettles. And
Lost in the Nettles.
former lover. So we're taking the idea of Midsummer Murders with Nera. We thought, let's take this game that we kind of started for a low, and
Yeah.
instead let's turn it into a Midsummer Murders, a whole setting. We're like, not just rules. We start with the rules, and we're like, I'll tell you what we could do. We decided we were going to build a whole map. You can see part of it on the screen. I'm not going to say how much of it is on the screen at the moment.
Spoilers.
But, yeah, exactly. But we decided to call it the Villages. It was going to be based around some villages, and we wanted it to be a setting that players could play mysteries, episodes we could call them, that we'd written, but was a big enough sandbox that people had plenty to write their own adventures, their own mysteries, their own murders in. So you'll see some bits as the evening goes on, things that we've produced that we think, they still need some editing, but things that we've put in there to help people get immersed in the area. When we got together earlier this week and we sort of looked at some of the stuff we'd done, we all realised that we'd love to live there. Until the murders start, we'd love to live in this area. There's some wonderful things.
Honestly, I don't think the murders would put me off that much. It's a bicycle shop I'm frightened of.
Just stay away
that's
from.
fair.
I think that's Waltham Bridge. Just stay away. If you don't like Waltham Bridge anyway, you never add anything to that village. You're very much a Fletcham man, I feel.
Fletcham, yeah.
So we call it the Villages.
As one standards.
Exactly.
More
You're very
spoilers as well.
Yeah, all the private schools. So we've kind of said it's a parish, in as much as it's an area of villages. There's more than one church, because we're looking at Middle England. So we're looking at a fictional area between Bristol and Poole on the south coast of England. So it's lovely. The weather's nice. It's very Middle Englandy, so take that what you will. And we've got a nice little coastal bit, as you can see. But then we come up and we sort of create in an area like that. But as we started, guys, we started with... In fact, I'll tell you what. Shall I load up what we started with?
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Why not? Why don't you
That's
talk?
a good idea.
Why don't you guys talk about something about how we were planning to do the game or something like that?
Right.
Or
Okay.
where we started.
Yeah. So we came up with this sort of idea that if we were going to build a place for these kinds of games, we should actually try to make it as detailed as it needed to be, but also as organic as we could get it. So what we sort of ended up doing was creating a piece of geography and then going through the eras from really, really ancient times through to, well, we haven't quite got to the present day yet, but we're really close. We're in the 21st century.
Yeah. Precisely. So we thought we'd essentially take it in turns, right?
Yeah.
Went around the table, adding some combination of events, places, various historical moments, I guess, to the local area.
Yeah. So what you're looking at is this is the very first one, isn't it, Luke?
This is pretty much... So this was about... So we started... So we'd sit around the table, and my daughter joined us for the first evening, which was lovely. My eldest.
Yeah.
And she's sort of thrown some ideas in since then. And we sat around the table, and we started at 2000 BC. And we'd say something about the history of the area. So I drew the outline of the area. We'd already sketched it, haven't we? As an idea, the three of us, what we wanted. We wanted a coastline. We want a river. There's a hill in the middle there. There's woodland. There's a little island down there. But we didn't have the island to start with. 2000 BC. So we'd say, what happened? So whoever was first said there was a stone circle. So there you have it. What, we Neolithic or something? There's a stone circle. Think of like Stonehenge or something like that. And then someone said there was a hill fort. There's the old hill fort there. Then someone said a cave. So look, there's a cave. And then someone said an ancient stony bridge. So there's an ancient bridge there. A large quarry. There's the quarry. Then the first settlement. was founded where the cliff meets the sand. There it is. And slowly but surely, a sea storm. Locals discovered an island. There's the islands. Evidence of agricultural land. So where we're looking at now is 87 BC. This is what our area looked like in 87 BC, and I've just destroyed it by clicking a button on it. Oh, phew, I've saved it.
What have you done?
I know. I don't know what I did. I've destroyed
Thank
it all.
goodness for undo.
Oh dear, what a disaster.
Yeah. So literally, this is what we did, and then we went around the table, and basically the only rules were you had to keep the clock ticking forward. So you just picked another date, but it had to be more recent than the last one, and you could drop in a place or a business or a legend or anything you liked. Just add some background and some character to it as we went along.
And that went on over many, many times. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 double-sided A4 for a start. And I can probably show how much we've done in our history. So if people would like to look at the screen, here's our history. And just an example of how much is in the history. This is compiled by the Reverend Jeremy Farnaby, of course. And if you look at everything that's happened in the history, this was us sitting down, adding to the map or coming up with ideas. And this is how much history this place has. And we're still going, and we're still going, and we're still going.
Yes, there's a way to go yet.
And we're still going, and we're still going, and we're still going. And you might notice that the dates get closer and closer together. They're at 2006. We're up to 2006 with the Southbourne Campanologists holding their first meeting at St James's Church. There you go. That's very exciting. So we started with ancient stone circles. We've finished with bell ringers. Oh, how more British could you be?
Where is the Reverend practicing? What's his parish?
I think he would be Southbourne is the name of the parish.
Oh yeah, of course. Sorry. Which church is his?
He's C of E, I think. So he's probably got 2 that he moves his cathedra about between.
St James's in St James or St Jude's of Fletcham. There you go. That's where he likes to travel between. Old Jezza.
Good stuff.
But yes, shall I bring up a newer map?
Yes.
Would you
I
like
don't know if you want to jump straight to the present day or if you want something intermediate.
What would you like? Pick an era. I've got a map for all the eras.
Oh, I don't know. Enough to show a real difference, but not the current one. How about
we could go?
I don't know, something in the
Normans,
1600s.
The Stuarts. Let's go Stuarts.
Yeah.
Why not? Here we go. So remembering what it looked like just then, this is what it looks like in the Stuart era. There we are. Look at that, the Stuarts. Look at this. So some of the towns changed name over time. Where are we? There. There. So some of the places changed names, of course, over time. And so if you look down here, we've got St James by the coast. We went through an era where everything went from old Roman names to like Viking names to Norman names, and sort of into religious names, didn't we?
Yeah, and some things have held on to really old names because
Godwin stayed old.
Yeah, not everything's changed.
So we've got St James, we've got St Philip's
Point, and some things we forgot to name when it would have been sensible to name them, so they got a more up-to-date name than they perhaps should have.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's the skeleton essentially, and people can use what they want from it.
Exactly. Let's go
change
Roman
what
road.
they want from it, and add things in should they wish.
There's an early inn. Look at that, the Highwayman's Rest. Ah, wonderful. The old. I don't know if I don't know if last St John was an insane asylum by this point, but if not, it becomes one for a brief time.
Does indeed.
The breweries come in. That's good. There's little. This is when Waltham and Bridge Street were separate.
That's right. Yeah,
look at
that. Before the expansion.
Yeah, before it became Waltham Bridge.
And they've come across here. There's Fletcham. Oh, it's still the Rillington estate by this point. He's still the big cheese.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's the old school, the Church St Jude. So the the town maps aren't accurate. They're just to give an idea. The idea is the game will have separate maps for the towns, won't they? Which
Yeah.
I think we've discussed. Different shops
Yeah.
and things will go in.
Yes, we'll produce like a more detailed look at each town, but these are rough guides, I suppose.
Exactly. There's the old witchy hut up there, the mysterious witchy hut.
Oh, the little house in the
The
woods.
little house in the woods. Yes, indeed. There's some farms still from the Norman times, as you can see. There's a little village. Our Hilltop House got famous, of course, because a poet stayed there. You might
Oh,
have heard of
yes.
him,
Yeah,
Roger Milton. There's
Milton, his name. Yeah,
yeah. There's a farm. Look, so
Yeah.
it's quite exciting. So things have definitely changed by then. Do you want to come straight up to the present day? Or would you?
Yeah. Let's do that because there's stuff that has changed, and at some point, as we go through what we're doing this evening, we are going to have to jump in and actually make the last few additions. I say the last few. We could easily spend an hour doing that, couldn't we?
Oh, quite easily.
Yes, that is very true.
So here is the map now. It's dizzying to start with, but that's how
Yeah,
it is.
there's a lot there, so it was actually quite good that we showed a bit of the part way stuff, so people are a bit more oriented.
Yeah, nice little stepping stone.
Yeah.
So talk us through the place. I'll put it up on the board, and you can tell us a bit about it. Cliff Sand. There it is.
Okay. Well, Cliffsand is a small island that's just off the coast, and for quite a long time it was just covered in random sheep and not very much happened there. But it does have a little bit of history as being a place for piracy, and over time, as there became a greater desire for making use of the local terrain and local area, things like a regular ferry service has come along, and it's become a part of the traditions. There's a swimming race from the mainland out there every year, for example, and it's I think it's quite an appealing sort of place, Cliffsand. I quite like the idea of maybe not living there, but certainly having a nice view of it.
Oh, definitely. And we said the ferry wasn't very expensive. It's a few quid each way, didn't we? I think we
Yeah.
said it's like a very short ferry.
Yes, and it's a nice ferry route as well, along the channel and past the cliffs and the funicular and all the rest.
And the wreck of
Past
the HMS
past the shipwreck, yeah. Very important.
Yes, it's
And
very
the
important to go
caves.
past the shipwreck rather than into it.
Yes, or to join it.
There's the old World War II defences. They're long. They're long left alone. But
Jutting out of the cave, out of the cliffs.
Yes, long dead.
There's a
And
lovely
the shipwreck arms, which is one of the. It's about half a dozen pubs we've got on the map at the moment, isn't it?
Yeah, 7 pubs I think we're up to in our small area. So, but the Shipwreck Arms is a beautiful one. It's one that Ewan's going to be working on, and his description of it is rather splendid. I'd quite like to drink there.
Thanks.
Right, past your funicular railway, which you were very excited to put in, to St. James. Why don't you tell us about St. James? Look at this as a place. Oh,
why don't I tell us about St. James, Luke?
I can't think of a reason not to.
St. James is, in fact, the coastal town on our map. Steeped in history, what was the original settlement. In fact, you can probably see some of the farmlands slightly to the northwest that are probably original ones from back in the day. Visited once upon a time by the great man himself, Darwin, I believe. Hence the name of the pub. Certainly the pub in St. James, the origin. It's on the main route. It's not anymore, actually. It was on the main railway line, or a branch of the main railway line, coming up from the north of the map. But that has now been disconnected from the main line, or is at least run independently from the main line, due to it not being turned electronic. So it's still a steam railway that offers trips up and down the coastal route. There's the wreck of the original Amphitheatre, playhouse. What was that called, Luke?
Yes, a sort of Roman style theatre.
Yeah. So that may or may not be, but it is the site of where the original Roman theatre was. And then slightly down along the coast towards Godwin Fort, there's a variety of shipbuilding facilities. I think there's a dry dock. Is there still a dry dock, or did
There
that
is
get
still
replaced?
a dry dock. There is still a dry dock.
There's still a dry dock.
Yeah, Central
Of
Railway.
course, a nice little railway crossing. And then Godwin Fort, which is an original, or more or less, a very early on addition to the entire landscape,
It is old.
which was somewhere along the lines joined by St James's Garrison and Fenwick Farm.
Lovely. Ben, would you like us to keep going up Fenwick Farm Lane, or would you like us to go the other way?
Yeah, let's keep going up the farm lane. Why not?
This way takes you up your side of the world.
Yeah, because we can, if we go up there slowly, we can go past the farm and up the woods.
There we go.
Talk about the White Hart and White Hart Lane, which
There you
I
go.
think it was inevitable that was going to show up on the map.
There you go. There's the middle of the map. Armitage Woods. Got a lot to talk about there, Ben.
Yeah. So the Armitage family are now a big deal. They were, I mean, they've been around now for over 100 years, I think, as a local piece of the puzzle, and they constructed a hotel. They built a road through the Armitage Woods, which they own a large part of. They have a hunting lodge in the woods, which is attached to the hotel. They're very big landowners, and this section is therefore very much managed woodland. And if you keep going up a little bit towards Fletcham, you'll see that the road continues past a little hamlet called Stanton. Now, Stanton is still not much bigger than it was when we first created it. And though there's a very smart, large sort of semi-manor house called Hilltop House, which has a lot of lovely history, and as Luke pointed out, I think it was Milton visited there a long time ago. But this little hamlet is still a rather lovely little quiet corner of the world, and not very far from the Halfway House, which is an inn and tavern, which is easily accessible from the village of Stanton. And then if you keep going up towards the river, you will find Fletcham. Now, Fletcham Aerodrome has a long and storied history, not only storied, but also, full of crashes and fun and excitement, but is now a focal point of the whole community. A lot happens at Fletcham Aerodrome. And as you get across the river to Fletcham, there's an old country house which became a college, an independent school, with a cricket club next to it, because it should have a cricket club next to it. And then the little village or small town, I suppose, of Fletcham, where there was a notable battle back in the Civil War, I think it was, and quite a nice little community with plenty of shops and restaurants and lovely things to do.
That's true. It's your favourite place. It's a bit posh.
Well, I think it's, of the three, it's the one that ticks my little box of having everything you'd actually need within walking distance.
It's the quarry, isn't it?
It's the quarry. Yes, that's what you need.
And the secret society.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yes. And I think we envisage this whole area as having quite a good little local public transport system, like a circulating bus that would allow you to visit all of the key locations quite easily.
Absolutely. If we did carry on left, this is where the map ends, because this is where our area of Southbourne stops. You could go to Bristol if you carried on left, on the rail or the road. But we're not. We're going to go east instead, Ewan. Then you can take us over to Waltham Bridge.
Yeah, of course. Down the Fletcham Road.
Down the Fletcham Road.
We come across Peterwood. I forget how we're pronouncing things. It's always my my issue. But we do indeed pass a relatively new housing estate just off the Fletcham Road as you get to Folloman's Farm. And past the Hospital of St John, which I forget what it is at this point, but at one point was a sanitarium, I believe. Is that the correct terminology?
Yes. Back in the day.
Now
So
it's
again,
just
a
used
nice
for theatre, I think. Now theatre and performances and the beef train celebration.
Yes, it's the home of the Amdram, isn't it?
Yeah. So again, a nice little area of the world that has everything that you could possibly want. It's got some, practical stuff for living, such as the housing estate, stables, pottery, theatre, a pub, and a garage,
and cricket. The other cricket.
And cricket. You can just about see the cricket on the
There
map
we go.
as we head up to Waltham Bridge Cricket Club and head in to Waltham Bridge proper, home of the brewery, the only brewery, but not the only place producing alcohol on the map. This is Waltham Bridge, with indeed a bridge heading up to Armitage Canning, where the Armitage family, I think, did quite well out of the area across our history. They seem to expand reasonably well into their business.
It's where they started, wasn't it? Up there, made their money.
Yeah.
Their initial point on the map, and of course then the train line and the Pool Road, which, as one would imagine, heads off to Pool.
Be full sabotaging otherwise. Ben, why don't you take us back down to St James's? Let's come down this side on the map.
Okay, I mean we've covered most of the basic geography, but if you come down below the farm, below the Hospital of St John, and that little new housing estate, we've then got a neat little division here onto the Armitage Road, and the old road running down that side, which is the Rupes, isn't it?
It is the Rupes, yeah.
And so on the left there, you can see Camp Bradley. Now, Camp Bradley is not really a military site anymore. It was constructed for American servicemen stationed in the area during the Second World War, and was left largely fallow, one might say, with the buildings falling into disrepair after the war. However, not that long ago, in the 1960s, I think, some unknown buried ammunition suddenly detonated there, leaving a very large crater in the ground and harming absolutely nobody because it was an abandoned camp. That crater has filled with water and is used as a local sort of entertainment spot. People go and have swimming in it and boating in it and what have you, and they call it the Boom Hole. Just south of there, you get back to the Armitage Hotel, and if you keep going down, it'll take you back towards the St Cuthbert's monastery. Now, St Cuthbert's is still a functioning monastery in the sense that it's still it's still owned by the church, but more, I think, of an anachronism now. But there was a time when it was the real deal.
What's their main provision for the area these days?
Well, they produce a liqueur based on locally grown plums.
Lovely. As the saying goes, put the monk's plums in your mouth.
Yeah. Yes, they first distilled it, if I remember, for the coronation of Queen Victoria.
Indeed.
Other side of the road, there's a golf course because we couldn't really not have a golf course. But decent people wouldn't bother too much with that. It's just a place to have murders because you won't feel bad about people who are murdered on golf courses.
Sand soaks up blood very well. Bunker's a good
Yeah,
place to put a body.
yeah. And then if we
think of
keep
the
going down,
delicacies.
because you're now passing St Cuthbert's, you're basically all the way back into St James and the sea.
And that is our, just highlighting everything by mistake. That is our little parish.
So that's the area. Yes.
That people get to play in, and it's about, what do you work out, 5 or 6 miles high, nearly that much wide. It'd be nice to walk briskly from bottom to top in just over an hour, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what that's what we're thinking, wasn't it? About an hour?
Yeah, it's that kind of distance. It's supposed to be a small enough area that you could. Well, it's big enough that you wouldn't necessarily know what was going on at one end of it from the other end, but it's small enough that you can jump on a bicycle and take a tour of it.
Oh, beautiful. Keep talking. That is lovely. It's a beautiful space, and it's one that we think by putting so much history into it, things grew quite organically and jankily in sort of the way that places do. Things don't always make sense. Things turn up in weird places, but I think if we just sat down and said, right, let's do a map, I think we'd have missed a lot of this stuff and the development of things. Because you think, now we need a thing here, a thing here. Oh, this has got to have this. Whereas coming over time, we're sort of tying it into history and then slowly thinking, what would happen next, Of course there'd be a village there, then there'd be something here. And I think it grew organically.
And I think, as you mentioned before, like some things didn't get a name update, and just naturally some places got a little bit left behind, which tends to be reasonably realistic, I think.
Yeah, I think so. We'd sort of forget about somewhere for a few hundred years, which I'm sure things were happening in the village, but because we were focusing on the overlook of the area, it wasn't a big deal, I guess. Like now, back then we were doing big things, but of course, as we get to modern day, a lot of the things we're adding aren't quite so grand in the map. Some things are, but now we're looking at different groups, organisations, different buildings within towns. Ben, you'd come up with a way you were saying about how the town maps were probably going to work. That'd be good for us, but also for other people playing the game to make their own decisions.
We thought it would be nice, I think, if the town maps were themselves like artifacts. So we would have a map for a town that looked like it had been drawn by the local historical society with points of interest, or one from the Chamber of Commerce with businesses and areas where you can park your car, that sort of thing, because those maps would not only carry the information you'd need, they would also be things you could hand out to players at a game.
And then I think the idea of the map would be you sort of get a sketch of the map with some road names and things like that, and then some spaces where businesses that we've come up with would be in, but then some blank spaces as well, right?
Yes, we'd leave gaps everywhere, which just don't happen to be highlighted. So if you need a particular kind of business, there's a space you can drop something in, and just add it to the story.
Speaking of venues, before we do some more creation, should we show some the free ads? Where we're up to in the free ads?
Oh, I think we have to. Yes.
All right. Someone introduce the free ads while I'm getting it teed up for everyone, please.
Okay.
You, Ben.
I'll happily do it. So, for anyone who doesn't realise, in the UK, we get these little booklets dropped through our letterboxes, which contain they're a free, small format, usually magazine, that contains little adverts for local businesses and activities and events. Exactly like those.
Is that an actual one or is that our one? No one knows because they're two alike.
But that one's not as convincing as ours.
No, ours is better.
Exactly.
some of those businesses don't look real at all.
Actually, there's ours. Look, it just slots in
But
perfectly.
but our one looks much more convincing, and is filled with little adverts for businesses and local events and what's-ons and activities for the family to do in the town. And again, we're planning that this would be something that you could use as a reference to the area, but also use as a as a handout for people. You could use it as a plot point where people have to actually find information inside it, or you could use it just as background information and color for the whole thing. And it's much more convincing than real ones, because real ones often have, businesses that no one would really believe are a thing.
Whereas these businesses are very, very believable.
Very believable.
So there's some gaps at the minute because I created a perfect one and then we added stuff and now I've got to make it bigger. Curse your creativity.
So and we'll do so again tonight. Hopefully.
I know, I'll go for a week, right? That's why I've got some blank spaces waiting. So we've got some adverts in there. So the idea is that for you, for us as episode writers, and for you guys as players, and might ever want to write your own, there might be some built-in stories there. So it'll be easier to see when you've got the thing because we're a bit zoomed out here. But there'll be phone numbers there. There's information about it. There might be some information. So, at the smokery, ask for a member's card next time you go in and get 15% off. That's fun.
Can we move on from the smokery? It's making me really hungry. Amazing.
Something. The shipwreck arms. If you're detectives, get there at 5 p.m. They're not getting fed. They're not getting fed at all on a Monday. So there's some sort of built-in bits as well. Sort of Waltham Bridge Cricket Club are looking for new players. Why? Why not make a story about that? Old Colin Wensley's cheese shop. He's been advertising for years, and now the smokery's moved in and they're selling cheese.
Yeah.
Poor old Colin.
Yes. Yes, a bit of local rivalry. You never know what could lead to murder or violence, or just an angry letter to the local parish newsletter.
Exactly. There's a very important shop no one knows anything about called the Yellow Placeman.
The Yellow Place, I think, is going to be a legendary thing.
So there we go. So there's all these different places that, and this is not all of them by any means. This is a quarter of them maybe. Different places. You've got an Indian restaurant. You've got an antique globe shop. You've got the cycling shop. You've got a couple of tea shops there. You've got some pubs. You've got the stables. You've got golf range. You've got butchers there. That's not the only butchers. Flowers. I don't think that's the only florist. The Women's Institute. A place to buy your farmer's gilets.
Yes. Yes, I think there's actually another florist, isn't there? Yes.
There is. There's a second florist. Didn't put an advert in the...
And several pubs.
Several pubs. And then we've got the events, of course, that we've been discussing as well. Some wonderful... This needs a bit updating. It's a bit out of the place. But there's lots of things that happen during the year that maybe you would want to set a story around. So maybe if it's in the winter, maybe someone gets murdered while doing the St. James's swimming race. Maybe people turn up for the crabbing season celebration. I think we'd all turn up for the crabbing season celebration.
Oh,
definitely.
Those sound great. The crab festival with, that would be brilliant. Sitting in the pub on the coast. Oh, that would be wonderful.
It's a beautiful thing. Go have a dance around the circle for the summer solstice. Go watch a bit of sport. You can. It's loading so slowly now because there's so many pictures I've shrunk down that are just ruining. I've added the Hoggett Festival from the other week.
Oh yes,
okay. Yeah,
yes,
that's good. Got the beer festival.
We do like a bit of Hoggett.
Got the beer festival, the Great Beef Celebration. Got to have a bit of hunting. I'm not very pro fox hunting, it must be said. Not very pro. I'm not pro.
Not entirely pro.
I grew up on the countryside where it happened, and I'm not pro. But it's there because it would be. Why don't your detectives go and cause havoc? Punch a huntsman. Why not? It's there. And then walk the witch's path.
And hunt saboteurs and huntsmen are known to get a bit antsy with each other.
Heated.
Exactly. So you could be either way or fall in the middle, or buy one of those £50 tickets. Get your guys to buy a £50 ticket to get to the banquet, and who knows what happens at the mysterious Huntsman's banquet. So
It's effectively you can just glance through all of this and then find anything that interests you and hook it up to whatever story you want to tell. And obviously we will be supplying some story seeds or adventures with it. But it's also a paddling pool that you can splash around into your heart's content.
absolutely that. Absolutely, and that we've got loads of other shops which I'm not included in here because that'd be a place people can explore for themselves when they go into the towns and villages. But there is also going to be a list for the players can get this. You can give it to players as much as they want. Like the list of pubs with some phone numbers. I'll make sure they've all got phone numbers so they can call it on their mobile because it's set in 2020. So people have got mobiles. Is it 2020 where COVID didn't happen though? What a magical 2020 that would have been.
Oh,
Yes, a parallel 2020 where the plague did not descend upon us.
Oh, how different things would be. But there's some pubs and restaurants and cafes you could bring in. There's some places of historical interest, places of worship. We need to add another bed and breakfast or so. There's some services. There's some sports clubs, some local groups. The historical society. I quite like those, Ewan. They seem like nice chaps.
Yeah, definitely. For the good of the parish and all of that history that we spent so long creating. Someone's got to want to preserve it.
Yes.
Self-serving, really, on my part.
As opposed to the Amdram group that's just disgraceful and no one should go near.
Well, you say that, but you know, there's a long tradition of murder mysteries being set among amateur dramatic companies.
It's very true. So there you go. That's there, and they do they do their performances up at the old asylum, and they also do one every year down by the coast. So there could be murder most horrid in the performance of Lear, for all we know.
It could, yeah, which would be a shame because actually Lear's pretty good.
Lear is pretty good. I wouldn't want it to be interrupted by something as mundane as a murder.
No, maybe Timon of Athens could be interrupted by a murder.
Just help everyone out a bit.
Or Pericles.
I like your thinking. So we've probably got about 40 minutes left, maybe. And let's should we do a peek behind the curtain at the way we go about things for a little while?
Why not? Let's actually have a go because we're up to 2006, aren't we?
We are, and I'll be able to tell you whose turn it is in a second. Bear with. Oh, it was me. So it's Ben's turn next. So we do things in a circle, and it's kind of improv-y in as much as if someone chooses something, that's it. That it's in. But it's very yes and. So if someone comes up with the seed of an idea, people might come in and help them to where to place it or exactly what to do with it. So we work it that way. Dear chat, if we need a name or a place or anything, please feel free to jump in if you so wish. You can be part of this. Get your name on the thanks or something. But first things first, let me bring up the old history. Just get rid of the map for a second. Old Farnaby's history. It's actually me that wrote it, not Farnaby. He takes all the credit. That's my pen name. Okay, we're down to 2006. So,
okay.
Ben, shall I bring up the map for you? Would you like the map? There we go.
Yeah, I think actually mine isn't going to lean too heavily on anything that's gone before. I fancy doing something a little bit meta.
Oh no!
Oh.
This is what happens when we go live.
Yeah, sorry.
All of a sudden, the process changes.
No, don't know.
So, St. James and Cliffsand are used at, this is 2007, please.
Okay, well, a whole year after.
Yep.
2007 AD.
Yep.
St. James.
St. James and Cliffsand are used as the setting for a television drama series.
Oh.
Yep.
starring John Nettles.
Yes.
I'm
And
glad one of us did it.
become and it leads to a local a minor tourism industry,
Very nice.
a sort of set tour kind of thing. I'm sure it'll just be walking tours and a visit to the tea shop, but you know what I mean.
What did I call it? Into the Nettles. What was it called? What was it?
What's the show called?
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's going to be called
It is
Murder by the Sea.
Murder by the Sea. And it leads to minor tourism. It's lovely. Does sound very 2007. It's like Murder in Paradise.
I was thinking it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's a Sunday evening show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a sort of Bergerac in Paradise kind of thing.
Oh yes, it sounds beautiful.
Very nice. I like it.
People flocking to take photos by parts. Lovely. Okay, 2007, Ewan. I've got to see on my list of things I wanted to add. My list ran out.
I'm gonna jump to 2010.
What the?
If I may,
blazes?
please, Luke and Ben.
Oh.
And I'm also going to jump all the way up to the dizzying heights of Fletcham, please.
Hang on a second.
Okay.
That's Ben's area. You can't make changes to Fletcher.
Too late.
He'll get upset with
happening.
you.
Anything we do is canon. That's the rule. You know that.
I know.
No, it's not a bad one.
but
I
do you
feel
know
as
that?
though Ben would possibly approve, maybe.
Some posh boy stuff.
No, not really. 2010, the coalition government is in, and all of a sudden, tuition fees skyrocket. Rillington College wants to get in on the
Under
action.
the coalition government.
You don't have to type all this out.
Tuition fees. No, it's
talking
Farnaby's
through
history.
my process.
It's Farnaby's history. Under the coalition government, tuition fees rocket.
Yeah, the powers that be at Rillington College want to get in on some of that action. And so they start offering degree courses. They're issued by a different university, a big, one of the actual universities in the country.
Mm-hmm.
But they deliver the course at Rillington College and pay another university to issue the degree.
A local university. Start offering degree courses issued by a local university.
Brilliant.
In order to get on board the gravy. I can't say the gravy train. The Reverend would never use the phrase gravy train. He's far.
It's confusing as well because it's right on the train line. So
yeah, exactly. And we've already got the beef train.
Literal gravy train running up and down as well as the beef
train.
Beef
train and the gravy train sort of meet at Wolfram Bridge.
If they collided, oh my goodness, what a day!
So seriously, where's the roast potato train? Because I need there to be a roast potato train.
2012, the beef and gravy trains crash.
Yeah,
at Wolfram Bridge. Hopefully it's in time for the
helicopters from the aerodrome fly in giant Yorkshire puddings to scoop up the mess.
To soak up the gravy spill.
Yeah.
There we go. Start offering degree courses issued by the local university in order to increase footfall and therefore income.
That's very succinct, Link. Thank you.
Thank you. This sounds very much like your workplace, Ewan. Sending.
Yeah, I suppose maybe at some point it was, yeah, definitely. Before I joined.
In fact, I got I got my teaching qualification from the place you work at, but from studying at a different place.
Yes. Yeah, we do that now.
Exactly.
It's a good way to diversify the income as well.
Years before we knew each other, both Luke and I were students at the place that Ewan works.
It's just a strange
It's a
old
small world.
isn't it? It's a
It is.
small world. Funny old town. Right.
You're up.
I know. And I'm going to do something that Ben should have done long ago, quite frankly. I'm disgusted that he hasn't. And I'm going to do something on the map. I think I am. Right. It's going to be small, though. It's going to be very small. And I wouldn't normally do it, except that you guys are watching and I want it to be exciting for you.
Okay.
So I'm using incarnate.com. I've got a subscription to it. I think it's not very much, 15 quid a year or something. Very good. We're not the only person that uses this. Someone else on stream uses it, and I can't remember who it is now. One of the people that watches us. Who uses it? Thingy in Australia. Russ.
Oh, Russ, yeah.
Russ uses it, I believe. It is great. It's very useful. We're using the old style, but you can use futuristic and all sorts, and you drag and drop and move and this and that, and it's great. And I thoroughly recommend it. I'm going into the menu right now to find the thing that I would like. And again, it's something that
We'll put the cactus in.
yeah, that's what they did. They grew a cactus. That's what I knew. Ben wanted a cactus for a long time, but
yeah. I'm surprised he hasn't done it already. As you said.
I'm shocked. Now, nothing is perfect for it, and I don't want to jump about too much. What's that? An American football stadium. No, they're not going to have an American. I wish they did, but they're not going to. It doesn't feel quite right. I might use a small version of the. Yes, I might use just a small version of a field.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm zoomed out far enough, it might look okay. I can shrink this down, which is helpful.
That's a big field.
I know.
Oh, not anymore.
Too big. We'll put them here. And we'll rotate it around. There we go. And we'll put another one in there. And I can drag that over there like that. There we go. And what I might do is we'll leave it there because we'll do it properly on the map. But it's just to give me some ideas. Fletcham now, dear Ben, has a tennis club.
Oh, fantastic!
Just making it more of your ideal world.
It really is, yeah.
Yeah. 2012, Fletcham tennis. I'm going to I can't call it Royal Fletcham because it's not Royal Fletcham. Fletcham Tennis Club is.
I mean, you could.
Founded.
It's a bit recent or a bit new to be royal already.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's Fletcham. They get shortcuts to these things.
Yeah.
With a very elite membership and steep annual fees in order to keep out the riffraff, but the Reverend wouldn't say that.
Never.
I see annual fees for its half dozen grass and clay courts. They're doing all the fancy stuff. They're not just going hardcore.
Yeah.
They're going fancy.
Playing tennis on grass is a treat.
Is it more exclusive than the golf course? Would you say, Luke?
Yeah, the golf course. Anyone? Let me look at the advert. Let me read the advert. Hang on. The advert says that the golf course dress code is required, but non-members can pay to play. So I'd say the tennis club is more. It's more hoity-toity right now than the golf.
Yeah, seems right.
seems right.
Yeah, fantastic.
Given the description, it seems accurate.
Yeah, and I like the fact that it's a town centre tennis club.
Yeah, it's nice. It's in a nice part of town.
Yeah.
Perfect. It'll be there. It'll be on the map, Ben. It'll be on the map. When we do Fletcham, you can take charge of Fletcham. You can put the nice little golf course in there. It'll bring you a little bit of joy. Drawing chain link fences to keep the commoners out. No, they're probably use hedges. They wouldn't use chain link. They're very high hedges.
Yeah.
Conifers and things.
All right. My turn. There was something I was going to do, but I feel like it's a bit back to back now with the tennis club. So
Oh no, a squash club.
no, it's not quite that, and it's not in the same location.
Fletcher and Real Tennis Club.
Yeah.
Table
You know
tennis
what?
club.
No, I'll go ahead and do it. I think
Oh.
it would be a good seed for some stories, so I think it's worth doing.
Oh no, that's what it's all about. To be fair, a lot of
In
Operation Did Viewer
in the
is
space
setting
behind
scenes.
the Armitage Hotel.
Oh, I need a year. It's a pain to tab over. Give me a year. There. 20.
2014, please.
Oh, we love our evens. Yep. In the space. Oh, fat fingers.
So behind the Armitage Hotel, an area of the woodland there can be cleared out.
What?
Yeah, just a little bit. Doesn't need to be a huge area.
Hang on. I'm very against deforestation, and we've already chopped down a lot. Okay. Yeah, I've got you.
Yeah, essentially the other side of the road from the Armitage Lodge.
Yes.
Actually, no. How about between that bit of land running alongside the camp?
Hang on, let me check.
So between the Armitage Lodge and the Rupes.
That tree there.
Yeah.
Yep. I can. Yeah, I don't mind chopping down one tree.
We don't need to necessarily chop it down completely, but replace it with a small, a little row of them somewhere. But the middle of that space, a clay pigeon shooting centre.
Oh yeah, of course. That suits. That's right up your Straza.
Yeah.
And his street as well.
Exactly.
And it sort of feels like a good seed for a murder mystery, if you know what I mean.
Exactly. Right, hang on. I'll type it up first, then I'll map it. Let's say close to. It's on the corner of what do we call it? Armitage Lane.
Armitage Lane and
the
Rupes, yeah.
Rupes. Is it the Armitage family?
Yes, it'll be part of the same establishment.
Develop their.
So it'll be the Armitage Clay Sports Centre.
With the Armitage Clay Sports Centre. That's RE.
Think about the experience days that they can offer now. Like the lodge and the hunt and the clay pigeon shooting and the hotel.
Yeah, I know. Can I call it a land or can I call it their holding? That's more farming, really. Let's develop their land, the Armitage Clay Sports Centre. I know I've got to find something that looks, because no one in Incarnate has ever thought that someone would make a map with a clay pigeon space. I don't need to do too much.
Well, all you really need is a couple of small huts on the corner.
Yeah, let's get some huts in. Right. So this gives us a chance to look at some huts.
I mean, I don't think you really want to go to the point of drawing the towers for a skeet.
It's quite detailed.
Or the trap for a double trap setup.
Yeah. How about some small yellow buildings and grey buildings? That's good. Here we go. Perfect. Let's do one of them, and let's do a smaller one of them that's smaller than it would be. There we go. Oh no, I've shrunk that one down. Oh dear. It's those watching. It's my weakness, not Incarnate. They're great. It's me. It's rubbish. Okay, now we'll shrink that one down. There we go. There we go. Put that out there somewhere. There we go. That's nice. That's nice.
Brilliant.
And it's still part of the Armitage Lodge and Hunt.
Oh yes, I think they'll be part of the same facility. Yes.
There we go. Perfect. There we go. I won't add it to it because it'll be part of it. So I'll develop the. I'll tell you what. They developed the Armitage Lodge and Hunt with the Armitage Clay Sports Centre with the addition. I've got these.
Nice.
I'm thinking like a priest. The addition of the yes, absolutely. There we go. Splendid. As the Lord decreed. Okay.
Fantastic.
Good stuff.
I think we're good to go. There we go. It's there. 20 little huts. 2014, young Ewan. 2014.
I'm going to open up a little bit of a discussion before I delve into my next one. Because I joked about this last night, but now it's actually relevant. Can I go 2014 as well? Later on in the year in 2014?
I think it's reasonable. Yeah,
I don't think it's been done yet, has it?
it
Or
hasn't.
maybe
Or,
not.
I mean, if you want to move the Clay Centre to 2013, that's fine.
Yeah, no, it's been done now. It's been done now. No going back in time. It is
I
canon.
promise it doesn't actually make a difference.
But if you're both okay with that, I will go 2014.
Yeah, of course.
Luke seems hesitant. It's okay to say no, Luke.
I'm fine. It's the Reverends.
I've got other. Well,
Yeah.
in that case, the Reverend.
Just change the Clay Pigeon to 2013. It won't.
No, too late now. It's in.
It won't make any difference.
I can't go back in time. 2014.
No, you can't go back in time, but you're writing it in the future. Remember.
That's true. I'm writing it in 2020. Come on.
Thanks. Much less widely reported than other instances in the country. To mark the start of the 101st Tour de France,
Okay, you can have this.
literal dozens of yellow bicycles pop up in the parish around towns to town.
Like actual
Don't have to put them on.
Just no, because they'll be down again.
Yellow bikes.
2 weeks later.
Do you know that happened in Yorkshire?
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
yes,
like hundreds of yellow bicycles, I think.
But we're just going for dozens. We're going for like 20.
Yeah, it's
24 yellow
scale.
bikes.
Yes, it'll be dozens. 3, won't it? But
just one propped up in the woods somewhere, just against a tree.
A non-specific number of yellow bicycles. Yeah, that's me.
How long do they stay there for? Some stay, some remain for.
Some are still there. They're not so yellow anymore, I'd imagine, after 10 years. But
remain.
Some of them just get chucked in Boomhole or ridden off the nearest jump or pier into Boomhole, I would imagine.
That's a good way, but then people can go hunting for them. Some people come just to find the last few grotty yellow bikes hidden in the middle of a wood.
Well, yes,
somewhere.
to this day, you still get the odd person out on a lazy Saturday or Sunday trying to find a yellow bike.
Oh no! See, no, you've saved it there.
I thought I saved it at Tour de France.
Yeah, it did, and then it went down very quickly.
It was a roller coaster.
I was like, oh, the Tour de France, yes. Oh, ooh. Yeah, I did it all.
Well, what's to happen? They're not going to host it here, are they?
No. Well, we can't break with the truth of the past. And I think even when it came through in 2007, I don't think it came through this way. It finished in Canterbury, so I went to watch it. It was very exciting. And David Miller, my favourite rider, ended up in polka dot jersey that day. I was over the moon. I was fully made up. Okay, right. Here we go. This is my turn. Where should we go? What should we do? The problem with me doing the typing and thinking, I'm not thinking at all about things. Maybe that's good.
Less thinking done.
I'm going to follow Sparrow's concept. What sort of thing would happen in a tiny town? I don't know. A ferret in a little woolly jumper. Someone makes a scarecrow out of bees and twine.
The swans escaped.
Swans definitely escaped. Actually, let's go for another. We need another event. Let's do another event. 2015, maybe 2014, maybe. The first annual. Let's pick a farm. Let's pick a farm. Any farm. What farm do I like the look of? Where's it likely to be? Not there. That's too posh. Fellman's farm was. I can't remember. One was more foody stuff, and one was more wheaty stuff. I'm feeling Fellman's farm. Yeah, okay. There's all the oiks that live nearby. It's perfect for the oiks.
Yeah. Yes, you and carefully constructed a place for oiks to be.
Yeah, the first annual Fallerman's Farm Scarecrow competition takes place.
Ooh.
Oh, that's lovely.
Is that people dressed as scarecrows trying to scare off, or
they
is that made?
They make them and they parade them and leave them in fields and put them
Nice.
outside people's windows at night. All sorts of horrifying things. For first annual Fallerman's Farm Scarecrow competition takes place. Which inadvertently leads to the first annual Fright Week as less kindly competitors. Oh dear, my spelling's gone wrong. Competitors create terrifying scare. What's another good word for scarecrow? I've gone like tabloid. I can't use the same word twice in a paragraph.
I don't know. What do you want? Terrifying dioramas or terrifying?
Just the things, the scarecrow themselves.
Oh, okay. How about effigies?
Oh yeah, effigies.
Oh, can we get a Wicker Man
Sparrow and I are
in
on the
this
same
somewhere?
effigies. To terrorize locals. So the scarecrow competition takes place. So every year from now on, and I'll add that to my thing, there's a scarecrow competition, which is wonderful. But then it sort of becomes sort of a thing that in the week after, the horrifying ones find themselves propped around here, there, and everywhere. And there's a bit of horror at the time.
Oh,
Like
what
that.
a year! What a year that
I
would
thought you
be
might.
to take part in the Witches' Walk.
Oh, the 2015 Witches Walk, yeah.
That's true.
Go down in the history books.
Oh, let's face it, this can't be in June. Let's face it, it's got to be a time of year when it gets dark early.
Yeah.
Okay. It's me, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay. 2016.
Oh, we are squishing it in. There we go.
Can we go up towards the top of the map, please? Sort of near
Fletcham Way.
near Waltham Bridge.
Oh, he's slumming.
This
Is this far up?
every now and then.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Fletcham's on the map. You won't feel too upset.
Too far from behind.
So let me take a look. So Waltham Bridge Railway Station is there. Okay. Same side of the river as Waltham Bridge Railway Station, but a bit to the west of it, perhaps.
Yes, I know what west means. That's okay.
So just the other side of the railway line from the Canning.
Yep.
In there, a controversial caravan park constructed, which locals feel brings a less desirable type of tourism.
Oh, I can do something there. Now I'll go to the sci-fi because they have loads of vehicles. Now, does one of them work well? Let's have a look. That's a rusty car. They're not rusty cars. They're nice. And we don't like white tops, don't we? Let's find something that looks. That could be that hospital bed could be a caravan. Yes. All hospital beds could be caravans.
Mm.
No,
that could be a caravan. That harbour crate could be a good caravan. That's a good one. I think that could go. We could pick a few different.
Some
ones.
of those yellow ones, if they were white, would be.
Oh no, that'd be good. Look at that. That's a truck. Oh,
Yeah.
hang on though, but get a couple of those in, nice and small.
Yeah, perfect.
Let's shrink it down more than that because it's got to be tiny. There we go.
Yes, it's currently bigger than the parish church.
And this is like they have down at thingy, right? Like down at the sea salter and stuff.
Yes,
As opposed to
it's the kind of thing that obviously is not in reality a problem, but it leads to lots of angry letters in the parish newsletter.
yeah, exactly. I know the sort. I write it.
Because there are an awful lot of people who get upset about things like that.
There we go. Wonderful. It's just like the grubby one, just that one that makes people really upset. There we go. Right, and then we can bring that down a little bit. Bring that down a little bit. Bring that down a little bit. Have you got a name for it?
Yes, actually, I think. Given where it is, it should be called something like Peterwood View.
Lovely. Sounds delightful.
It does have a view of Peterwood.
There you go. And it's called Peterwood View. It'd give a lovely sort of, authentic sounding rural name, like Peterwood View, the way everything is named in the country.
It was either that or Heights, wasn't it?
You have a view of Peterwood, so we'll call it Peterwood View.
Peterwood View. There we are. Oh, look at that. It looks lovely. So now I've got to write out now. Put it in a sentence for me. Put me a nice sentence for me. Let me bring our faces
on
back.
the outskirts of Wolfenbridge, the Peterwood View caravan site was founded, receiving a mixed reaction, as some locals felt it lowered the tone of the area.
You do notice, Ewan, he didn't put it in Fletcham.
Yes, yeah.
I did think about it.
I was worried when he didn't go to Fletcham, and I knew it was going to be something like that.
I did think about it, but I was thinking there's not as much room without leveling trees, and you just told me
I don't like
you hated leveling trees.
No, but you could have got rid of Rillington Prep though.
Yeah, I don't really feel we could level a school.
Or the cricket club.
No, steady on here. Priorities.
Wonderful. I love it. It's good.
That's lovely.
Luke.
Yes.
I'm going to ask you to trawl back through our history, if I may.
Okay, hang on. Let me consult the good Reverend. Yep.
What year does the Reverend reckon that the witch in Witchwood came about?
Oh my god, that's a long time ago. Hang on, well, let's go back to the
Wow, that is a long time ago. Yeah.
Find on page.
Hang on a sec.
Or something similar. Search.
So
search for witch.
Does the Roman Villa Feronia still exist, where Wolfenbridge ended up? The Roop has just been formed. Novostia, the ancient coastal settlement, the Maris Theatre, the lightning strikes, the vineyard, the small band of Germans. That's the end of the Roman time. Ethel. Oh, we've hit Saxon times as well. Ethelwulf. We've got Godwin. Lovely. Cerdic, King of Wessex. Gafatham is in. The Gregorian mission found St. Matthew's, just very old church, St. Matthew's. Here we go. 611 AD. Local legend speaks of a woman who lives in a hut in the woods to the north of Gafatham and is sought by locals for spells, fortunes, and charms. Locals start referring to the northern woods as Witchwood. And they still do to this day. And kids went missing there in World War II.
Wonderful. What year are we currently on?
2016. Stuff we don't need.
Too much to make it a round number, I feel. Okay. In what's currently going on at the quarry? Because that's being used, isn't it?
It's being used, and the stone is being shipped around
Yeah.
out of the
Okay.
quarry.
Well, in that case, for no particular reason other than to
That's the
waste,
best, the best reason for anything.
according to some residents, to waste taxpayers' money, I'm going to make you clear some trees out in the very north of Witchwood.
What?
if I may, Nick.
Don't make me do
You know
that.
how he
'Cause I know
feels
you
about
love.
this.
I know you love clearing trees.
I want woods.
It's
Woods
good
are
for the
good.
forest.
No, coppicing's good for the forest, not just chopping trees down willy nilly. I'll coppice some woods for you, but I want them back. It depends. What do you want there?
Can't guarantee it.
I'm not just chopping them down for no reason.
That little patch there would be perfect.
No,
that little bit to the those 4 trees.
that.
Oh
Oh,
no! Hold on, I'm on.
you're
I'm on a
behind me.
thing. I can't. Yeah, I'm way behind you. Yeah, that bit. That bit.
bit.
That little group there would be really good.
I'm not gonna chop them down. I'm gonna move them. Because
Yeah.
you can do that. You can do that with
Relocate.
trees.
The council relocates the trees after residents kick up a fuss at hearing the plans. But there's a gentle little hill there. Nothing as proclaimed as the stones or the fort. But the council decide to spend some hard-earned taxpayer money on putting a chalk hill figure into the side of the hill.
Oh,
A very eerie-looking one in tribute to the witch that once resided in Witchwood.
What year would you like?
That's a good question. Let's go 18.
18 what?
Let's go.
Run.
let's go 2017 actually, because that's an odd number.
2017.
2017.
The council clear trees to the north of Witchwood on a gentle slope.
So what kind of image? I mean, are we talking a pentagram or a broomstick?
No, I'm thinking very much like a figure, like an actual humanoid person, less phallic, crude than some of them.
No, they're the best ones that have big willies.
But certainly with like long protruding fingers and a very menacing looking figure.
A menacing.
A witchy looking, something witchy.
Menacing humanoid figure with long witchy fingers.
Something witchy this way comes.
Okay.
Exactly.
Right. This is going to hit my artistry skills. Let's see. Right. Let's zoom right in. Because
that's why I chose to do it on stream, because your artistry skills, Luke, almost as good as your tree felling skills.
Thank you. You see, I've refused to fell any trees for them.
Your tree relocating skills.
There's a thing here called the brush tool, and I can click on it and I can scroll through all different textures. Look at that, it's very exciting. We'll find a chalky looking one. That's marble floor, that's concrete. I've gone a bit science fiction here. Hang on a sec. I think I'm in the wrong area. Let's go watercolor cities again. Oof, okay, that was a bit nerve-wracking. Street stones, desert street, desert building. Simple road. Winter is coming. Let's just pick something whitey, I think. Stone for that's a bit yellow for me. Street stones. Oh, that might not be white enough. Maybe we might have to go snow related. Let's have a look. It's very blue though, the snow. We want blue chalk. It's going to have to be that, I think. Right, that's far too big. Anything I draw is just going to look stupid. So maybe I'll do the legs. Because, of course, my legs are just going to be terrible.
Make them witchy, though.
Witch legs, yes.
Witch legs?
Witch legs.
Right. I'm glad we cleared that up.
And there's her. Let's make a broom.
We can put an actual.
There you go. That's quite good. I'm quite proud of myself. That's enormous.
That's pretty good.
That's about the size of
like
the
it.
world. Okay, let's save it actually now on the back of that. That's some top quality art from me. Tell you what, I'm proud of myself.
Save regularly and often.
So yeah, that's exactly. In fact, I was freaking myself out that I'd gone an hour without saving anything there. There you go. No, I'm quite pleased with that. That's all right. Didn't need to move the trees because I just put it in a little space. But yeah, I'm happy with that. It gives a hint of what's there
Yeah, no,
Without-
that's good.
without me having to do too much art. That's a win
Yeah.
in my mind. Wonderful.
Nice.
2017. I can go 2019, which means Ewan doesn't get another go. He doesn't deserve one after making me clear T's and do
Whoa, 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 whoa. We've still got 5 years.
2019, fair enough.
Hang on a sec. I need to find someone's name. Hang on a sec. This is where we do a bit of history every now and again, guys. There'll be times when we'd sit around the table in a pub, a few pints in. We'd have this. I'll show them actually while I'm looking at. We got this. So the actual thing is this big bit of paper, and the actual map is all. This is the first time that we've not been drawing on the map first. You can't see it very well. Everything is sketched on this beer-stained, horrible big bit of paper. This is the official old map. But there'd be times where that'd be laid out on the table, and with my square bits of paper and the pencils, and we'd all have our heads in our phones. Especially like it felt like during the Tudor and Stuart times into Georgian times, we were doing a lot of things based around certain years. We were hitting specific years for things.
Well, recently, just after the Tudor Stuart times, I still had my head in my phone and mostly relied on Ben and Luke for their living knowledge of the history.
Hang on a sec. No, hang on a sec. Two was on. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Okay. So hang on. Okay. Cool. Right. 2019 AD. Let me check my dates. It's got to be 29, so I've got to find out what this person was doing at the time. Oh, fantastic. Ah, wonderful. Right. See BBC presenter.
Is it going to be one of your favourites?
Lauren Layfield. Visits. I don't know. She might sue. She's actually still alive, unlike Milton and Austin. No. I just like the idea of some ridiculous thing. She wouldn't visit Fletcham. It's going to be Waltham Bridge. Poor old Waltham Bridge. We need to give it a little bit of support. Visits Waltham Bridge as part of a children's TV show. A blue plaque is raised in the town to ma'am. All right. Her week spent at the local bed and breakfast. I need to put that bed and breakfast.
Yeah, that's true. But I feel like we need to do a list of blue plaques as well.
Oh no, I've opened a whole nest of worms.
Well done, Luke.
I do want to show something actually. I think I can get away with it because other streamers do it. Hang on a sec. There's this very famous. Hang on a sec. Is that showing my YouTube anyway? Yes, it is. Oh, fantastic. Right, I've got to be careful. Let's close that. I don't think I've got anything dodgy on there, but I don't want to show off any of my bits really. It's private, isn't it? Right, YouTube.
Don't show any of your bits on stream. That's not allowed.
No, that's not allowed. Right. So there was a thing that became. There was this thing that became a bit of a meme. Where is it? There it is. So there was this meme, and I have no idea if this is going to play in noise or not. But if it doesn't, I recommend people search this up. You got to tell me if you can hear anything or not.
We're just normal men.
Can you hear that?
YouTube gets some
Did you
free
hear that?
advertising.
Did you hear
No,
that? Which is normal.
can't hear anything.
Oh no.
No.
Well, I recommend everyone looks up just normal innocent men. Okay, this was on kids' TV show. It was on CBBC, just as a link. And there's this dog, Hacker Dog, and she's the host, Lauren, and they absolutely corpse on screen. You won't be able to sit.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
And it's just very, very, very funny, and it's been memed a lot, and it became a bit of a meme at the time. So there's a reason why Lauren Layfield would become a sensation in town. So I think we should all celebrate her in town. So yes, so there we go. Right,
We do like a good corpse, to be fair.
exactly.
Corpsing? Corpse? I don't know what's... Nobody get that,
we
please.
We do on occasion.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So there we go. Let's. She's in the story now forever. She's got a blue plaque. I don't know if Darwin does, but she has.
What's the TV show called?
That was just on CBBC. Oh, the show. She did do this show, which worked at the time, which we used to watch actually with the girls, called The Dengineers, where they turn up in a kid's garden or house, like generally a poor kid or a disabled kid or a kid that's struggling with something, and it's the youngest kid and the older kids hate it or something, I don't know, and they make a beautiful den for them in the garden, a themed den. It was really fun, and it had her, and then it had Mark Wright, and then all sorts of people with. Yeah, it was good fun. The Dengineers. It's like DIY SOS or something, or changing rooms for kids.
Okay.
I initially thought it was going to be like some kind of roleplay thing, like the Dungeoneers, but not.
Oh,
I didn't go den and then engineers.
No, exactly. No, they're worth watching.
Like it.
Your daughter's too old now, though, so she probably wouldn't enjoy it. So you'll just have to watch
I'm
it.
not, though.
You'll have to watch it off your own back.
Yeah.
You can't use someone else as an excuse.
Who is not to that?
No,
Definitely.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I just sit there watching Bluey by myself. Don't care anymore. If I want to watch it, I'll watch it. Okay, that's 2019. Ben.
Okay. Is this going to be our last one?
I think it has to be.
Okay. Then let's make it a fun one.
Yes, the rest are rubbish.
2020. Famous but mysterious French street artist.
Hang on. Famous but mysterious French street artist.
Disbands both cricket clubs.
And tears down blue plaque. Die!
Is it St James, Fletcham, and Wolfenbridge?
Wow, he's not fussy.
Oh.
And installs a Space Invader mural and in each location. If you don't know about this guy, he's very, very famous. He's gone around the world installing tens of thousands of these little Space Invader murals on buildings all over the world.
Nice, I like it. And we're part of his thing now.
And we are now part of his.
We are now.
Does he know that?
His reign of artistic brilliance.
Oh dear, I'm a bit worried. We've got two people here that could cause us legal problems now.
Well, this guy
and John Nettles,
is
he's still alive. So that's three. Yeah, if he comes to us, he lets down his anonymity.
Yeah. Well, he certainly opens himself up to blackmail.
Yeah. Nettles doesn't care though. Famously litigious John Nettles.
I don't think we're truthfully saying anything particularly cruel about him.
I still hold out hope that we can get John Nettles on for a playthrough.
Oh, don't excite me too much. I'm trying to get Lauren Layfield in for one now as well. Maybe we'll get the French street artist. What a group that'd be.
That would be amazing if we
Nettles,
get a
Layfield,
photograph
artist.
of of Lauren with the Space Invader mural and her blue plaque.
I think I send her one to.
Like it.
'Cause you can make
Put
the
that
blue
in
plaques,
the
can't you?
in the
So-
parish newsletter.
Yeah, good grief. That's it. She seems like a pleasant person. That's the. I like pleasant people, pleasant celebrities. That's nice.
Mm.
Sometimes they go too far. They, I'm not that interested in what you've got to say. Just be pleasant. Just do good. Just do good things. Just do good things. Like John Nettles. He is still alive, isn't he? I'm talking about him like he's still.
Yes, I think he's
He
retired
is,
from
yeah.
acting, if I remember.
Uh,
But they're
So have I.
rebooting Bergerac. They're filming a new series.
oh really?
Yeah.
I did not.
Oh, he's
Well,
81.
he was asked to be in it, and he said he wouldn't because he
He's
was too
81.
old and he was retired, and he didn't think it would be. He didn't think it would be appropriate. He wanted the new show to have a clean break from the old one. But it would have been nice to see him turn up as some grouchy old barfly sitting at the end of a pub bar as a little cameo, wouldn't it?
He's quite.
Bergerac,
He's
granddad.
quite old now. There he's like. No, he's getting on now.
Yeah.
He's an elderly gentleman. 81.
He's a bit of a national treasure in this country. Is old John Nettles?
Yeah.
He is deep in the nettles. I think that's our history complete. I think we've just finished the history of our game this evening. Look at that.
I think we have.
And the people that were here
Yep.
watched it happen.
Yeah, I think that's the set. So
Whew.
we're now going to have to beetle away on our own a bit, doing some town plans and some layouts for pubs and things like that. But I think the basics of it are now there.
I think while you were away, Ben, before the stream, doing what you do before the stream, Ewan suggested to me that he quite liked the idea of us being able to play a session in it before Christmas, which I think I've got the rule set ready to go for the most part, and
I think that's doable.
if I can come up with a little bottle episode set somewhere not too far reaching or nothing with a big map, I think I could put something together for us. I think we could do
Probably
it.
not the one that we invite John Nettles to.
No.
It might be a little bit short notice, to be fair. He's probably got commitments.
Ask the
Christmas is a
Frenchman.
busy time.
If he's not doing any
Yeah.
Space Invaders, he might be available.
We'll invite Lauren Layfield instead.
Mm.
Oh yeah, please, that'd be good.
Luke, get on it.
I will get on it. I'll be ready for the ignoring. But she seems lovely, but not for this probably. I'll give it a go. Let's see. She can unveil her blue plaque at the start of the episode, and then she could be murdered. So she
And then
has to be
just
on
sit
stream for
there.
like 3 minutes. Yeah, awkwardly.
Good times.
Couple times. It's good. It's a
It's a very Baltic style, though.
Exactly.
Invite someone on, kill them off, have them sit there doing nothing for ages.
While some nerds do some stuff around it.
Yeah.
We've done it. The main map is complete.
Fantastic.
It's very exciting.
Very
the main
nice.
history is complete. That's very exciting. All we need to do now is I need to finish the free ads. We need to do the town maps because we've got a lot of businesses. We probably need a few more. A couple of hotels or B&Bs. I think we need extra. But
Yeah, pad those out a little bit.
yeah, but I think, and then
6
it's-
pubs.
yeah, we got 7 pubs. So we got to do
7 pubs.
We'll do some train time
Detail
tables,
those a little bit.
some time
Yeah.
times.
The bus route, stroke times, stroke stops.
Get those rules down for the pub game that's for this area only,
Yes.
Yeah.
and just create everything that people need to throw
List
at them in
of
a big pack.
blue plaques.
Oh, a list of blue pack, very important. Oh, don't excite me. That's on you.
And when they were installed.
You're the blue pack man.
Okay, send me the list of the history, and I'll determine what
It's,
warrants a blue plaque
John Milton, Jane Austen,
and when it was installed.
the Diggers, old what's his name with his Origin of Species, John Nettles, Darwin, John Nettles, Thingy from the Avengers,
Yes.
and the Frenchman, and Layfield.
Well, send me a list because I'll forget those
No,
now. Actually,
The whole of history.
But yeah, we'll get it done.
Yeah,
but that's about it, I think, isn't it? And then we're.
That's it. All we need now
I'm
are
sure.
some town plans and things of that nature.
And so we're going to do some. So we're going to get one definitely done for Christmas, dear viewers, and we'll run a few after, I think, and then I think we're going to write some bits for it. And if any of you are interested in it, can I recommend you giving us a follow here, or Boys from the Baltic Star on Instagram, X, or Blue? We are on Blue Skies. Everyone is going now. So X, Instagram, Blue Sky, here, or our Discord if you are interested. We can put everything together and then PDFs or physicals or whatever. If you're interested in something or taking it and playtesting it or having a go, then please let us know. And it is lovely, Spares, and I think we would love to have you along. If we can work a day out for you and you want to come along for it, I think, we're happy with that.
Sounds brilliant.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, the rule
work.
system is quite fun, a bit quirky, but it sort of supports the idea of skill tree, basically moving towards increasingly specialized things to gain bonuses. And it's a lot of fun. It's very, very easy to use and very easy to use as a decision factor without it being too based in hardcore number crunching.
Yeah,
and the good
and
thing
I
is, sorry, carry on.
Sorry, go on.
No.
I was just gonna say I like the fact that the more broader reaching things at the beginning of the tree are potentially less impactful than the more specific things down the end of the tree. Less impactful than the things down the bottom of the tree. It's relative compared to the breadth of knowledge that a skill encompasses, which I think is really cool.
Well, you would, because you were part of the creation of that.
Yeah. Thanks.
Well, so
Thanks for calling me out on it.
Yeah, exactly. we can all big up what we create, big up what someone else creates for
We
once.
create.
We create. So we'll work something out. So dear viewers, dear friends, we will have something up before Christmas on that. It'll probably be a Saturday. So like I say, keep your ears peeled through this channel, through our socials. We'll put it up, and if you're interested, see how it works and the setting it's in. It's not, considering there's murders, it's not going to be a very, if you're interested in the game, it's not going to be like a D&D combat heavy game.
No.
There is combat within it, but there's going to be a lot, it's talky, it's investigative, with certain moments of peril and violence, but it's more, that's your last resort. Because in England, not many people carry guns and such things. So this is the odd pitchfork and or a bow and arrow or something. I don't know. Unexploded sea mines.
Oh, I mean, all sorts of things can go wrong, obviously, but we're not a heavily armed society for the most part.
Just the regular amount of arms.
Just yeah. I mean,
just above the average number.
All three of us, in fact, have just slightly above the average number of arms.
Exactly. So we're doing well for ourselves, really. We're fully armed. Right, I'm going to finish us there, dear viewers. So yes, please stay in touch, follow us. Next week is different. I've got a cricket awards evening. I'm going to win a trophy, which is very exciting.
It's very good.
I'll show you it on Saturday. And I'm normally very nervous about it, but I'm a lot better than everyone else this year at something. So that's good. That's exciting. So I will get one. I'll bring it on Saturday, but I'm not here on Friday. Nor is Ewan. So Ben is alone. What are you doing on Friday, Ben?
Haven't worked it out yet, but it'll be a thing. I will be doing a thing on Friday, but it will just be me.
Ben's things are great.
And it'll be much smarter than the regular thing that we do, where all three of us are involved.
Because it's just Ben. He's
that we can guarantee.
And then Saturday, Ewan's still not around, I believe. So it is just Ben and I. So it'll be something conceptual and about loneliness and misery, probably.
Quite possibly.
Or we could break it and make something really cheery and happy.
We could actually. I mean, it's not really our oeuvre, but you never know.
Who knows? I might break out that cricket roleplay game that Ewan printed off for me.
No, I want to play that.
Just to totally disillusion
Don't
every
play
single
stuff I
viewer
want to play
we've
when I'm
ever
not
had.
around.
Just to upset every single person. I'll have a whale of a time. But no, I want to play the Worldwide Wrestling one as well at some point, but we need about 8 people in that. But that's good. That'd be amazing. So I want that to be semi-regular, but it'll never happen. I want to do the
No, 8
Cyberpunk
people
game,
semi-regularly
troubleshooters.
will not happen.
It won't happen. There's so many things I want to do. Have you? Is it good? I suppose it's good. Better than have a flick through what we've got and who's around, and we'll come up with something.
We'll find a thing, I'm sure.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yes.
But we should do the cricket thing at some point, or the wrestling
Yeah,
thing.
we
I'm
should,
sure we can
'cause
find
that
8
would be a
people for a
riot.
one-off.
Yeah.
It's
That's
a
it.
lot of coordination, but we can do it.
Let's do the cricket thing. Let's do the cricket thing in 2 Saturdays' time then. I'll read it up. We're all around in 2 Saturdays, aren't we?
Yes.
That just upset everyone. I'm up for it. The longer we have this channel, the more I just want to upset people and do things that people have no idea what's going on. And we're not going to make it, so let's just do things that we want to do and just confuse everyone else, because everyone else is more technically adept than us.
Well, I think that's the ethos.
Cooler than us. Yeah, exactly. It's everything more. So let's just
From the beginning, right? Just do what we want to do, and so why not? If you want to do it, let's do it.
I'm reading it
Sounds
tomorrow.
fun.
I'm looking forward to it. It's great. You can be opposing captains. I'll do the Ashes or something. I don't know. I'll read it up. Or I'll make Ben a South African character or something, or like that. So we will finish there for the evening. Thank you very much, everyone. Ben, we'll see you Friday.
Yes, I will be back on Friday, and Luke and I will both be back on Saturday.
Wonderful.
So until then, have a very good week, and thank you so much for joining us.
See you
Indeed.
guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.